Okay, hi, Dr. Lynn. So, my name is Marsha Sandy Anderson, and this is my case study. So, the case study was Mr. Washington is a 10th grade art and art history teacher. And next week, his students will begin an learning research project about how artists throughout history have used their work to represent contemporary social issues. So, this follows the ISBE guidelines for one, and students are required to use technology, which is the same thing I'm doing now, to do the presentation. During this project, students will work together in three phases. So, first phase was brainstorming ideas by adding images and text. Then synthesizing their ideas with students commenting on each other's ideas and finally creating a group presentation showing and explaining connections between the works of 4 to 5 artists from this period. Okay. So, so that is the learning text. So the goals and challenges. So the goals were this. Mr. Washington has several goals for planning her art history research project. Students will collaborate in three phases, and I already mentioned those, which was brainstorming, synthesizing, and creating. So starting with a blank canvas and sharing ideas each student has, and then synthesizing is combining and editing their ideas, and creating, assembling, and final presentation of their ideas. So he wants to use formative assessment to check students' progress throughout the project to make sure they are on track to finish the project on time. He wants to give students feedback uh, on their project throughout each phase of the project. So he wants to be able to, chime in and give them feedback before the final turn in phase. So these are the challenges. Unfortunately, Mr. Washington is facing some challenges. He has used different technologies before for students to use when working together, but wants to find one that supports all three kinds of collaborative thinking involved in the project. He needs to be able to assess who has contributed with the project so he can grade students on their quality and frequency of their contributions. He wants students' work during the project to be private within their group and but the final project must be viewable by all students in the class. Okay, so now I will be sharing what I thought would help Mr. Smith in his classroom with this art history project. And what I chose was the Padlet. So I recently just started using Padlet, and it gives opportunity for not only your classmates that you're working with to see your work live as you're doing it, but also you can add your teacher so that they can also chime in like he wants to do. So I will show you this quick video so that um you can see how it works, and then I will demonstrate it as well. Okay, so what they didn't say is that you don't have to pay for this, so it is free. You can pay for it, but you just get like more options of stuff. But just for the basic use of it, you don't have to pay for it. It's very free to use. So now, get out of here. I will demonstrate how this works with this art history project. Let me go to it. Okay. So here's my palette, and I've already signed in, so we can just kind of go from there. Close this. And so, you know, he told us that we had to share it. So I already copied link, and let's just say I go to my email address. We got to recopy it. I'm gonna just copy link to clipboard. So they have other options right here. You can use your QR code or whatever, or you can, just send in an email. But so this is what I'm about to do right now. I am going to send it to my spouse. Okay. So you see right here that it says palette and it says my demo project, and that is what I named it. I would send this to her, and then in her email, she would be able to click on it and then participate with me in real time. So go back to it. I can close this. So I named our history. So with this, how I would be able to let my teacher see this is I would send her the same link for her to be able to see what we're doing. And um, in the instructions, it said it just wanted to be able to show the classmates that you're working with at the time and the teacher, and they will be able to see this. And afterwards, you can open this up for everyone to see it. So if I wanted to say the Renaissance artworks, because he first said this brainstorm. So we're going through our head, and we're like, okay, let's do Renaissance. So we would read about the Renaissance right here, and then okay, somebody's doing Pieta, the Birth of Venus, or Mona Lisa. So then we would come back here, and then we can. Oh, and then I would write about what I just saw. Like we brainstorm. Okay, well, I want to talk about Mona Lisa. And then I can also put, hey, Sandy did this one, and then publish it. So now that is what we're talking about, our history. I'm saying that my person that I'm thinking about right now is Mona Lisa. And I put my name right next to it that I know that I did it. So the next part it says that he wanted them to add images. So after we say, okay, we chose 5 people from Renaissance, because now we're on Google, we're looking at history.com, and we're using resources that'll work for what we're looking for. So um, I would look up multiple pictures of Mona Lisa, and I would tell you about her, and then I would keep adding and keep adding to this until I'm done. So now I want to add pictures. So now, of course, you have to go back. You have to screenshot it, or let's just get a picture. Okay, scroll down. I'm going to right click this. I'm going to save image as. I'm going to save it to my documents. I can save it to pictures. Mona Lisa. And remember, this is real time, and that is what he wanted to be able to do. So I'm still staying true to to the assignment. Sorry, I had technical difficulties and I didn't want to keep the time going. So here is now the picture of Mona Lisa. And like I said, we were all going to choose five, but I'm just trying to work with myself right now. And you know, this is the best I can do. So I'm updating it. So now I have the picture and I have Mona Lisa. And that's just my brainstorming. So another person can add. Uh, okay, sorry. And then, so a student, they would add another post. And it'll say art history still. And now I'm someone else. And here's the comment. And then I'll be like, I'm choosing, I'm doing social change. And what happened during, like, what socially things happened during the Renaissance. And it says the most prevalent societal change during the Renaissance was the fall of feudalism, feudalism and the rise of capitalist market economy. So that was what the next person would write. And then, uh, so social issues, feudalism. And then Johnny wrote this one, published. Now, normally I would be able to, because I am not Johnny, I would be able to, it would be a button right here, but I'm looking at it in first person view, so I can't see it. But normally it'll be a box right here and it'll say comment. And you'll be able to comment to that person. So not only I can comment to them and say, hey Johnny, that wasn't, like the right information. You probably should look at it a little bit more time and then rewrite it. And the teacher can do the same thing. But it would be literally right here in this area where this box is at. It'll say comment. Um, and as long as you have your teacher and the students that you have with this Padlet on here, anybody can edit it or write it in real time. Anybody can comment. Um, So after we would do this, we create the ideas and finally create a group presentation. We can still use Padlet to make this presentation. So just like I'm adding pictures and stuff like that, so I will be that person to talk about Mona Lisa. And then Johnny will be that person to talk about the social issues that were happening during that time. And then you can make a presentation right from this page. You just keep going. And also, when I showed you the video earlier about the demonstration, you can choose whatever kind of background you want, Canvas or anything. Most teachers use Canvas for the students, but I mean, not Canvas. Yeah, no, Canvas for the students. And that is how we get this to this. I really hope I explained this correctly. And then, so I feel like this captured the goals and challenges because the teacher was able to